Hey guys, my name's Richard Elsie and I'm with the Contractors Institute, and I'll be your instructor or your guide through the process of passing your swimming pool exam. So I'm just going to point out a couple of things here for us before we actually get started with our course. So take a moment, watch the video before you start. That way, everything else is going to make sense to you. Anyway, welcome to class. And again, I'm the swimming pool instructor. And again, my name's Richard Elsie. And I'll leave all my contact information in the show in case you need to contact me with any questions. So anyway, thanks a lot. And look forward to seeing you at class. Or if you're just going to do the webinars and choose not to attend the class, but watch the webinars instead, we'll talk to you on the phone. So anyway, see you later, guys. Thanks a lot. Welcome to the Contractors Institute. My name's Richard Elsie, and I wanted to go over the course a little bit with the swimming pool contractors. Now, we do have commercial pool, residential pool, and pool service, and they're all in the same course. Some of you have different books, which I don't think is going to be a problem because you shouldn't see the books if you're not supposed to. That's the way the system is set up. So, anyway, there we are. We're coming back to school. Now, it's been a long time for some of you, and some of you it's not been that long ago, but you yourself can think, well, when's the last time I sat in a class and tried to focus on something that I really needed to understand? And some of us, it's been a while. So most of you have already taken the first step. You're here. So you've already signed up for the school and you already purchased the books. So at least you're on your way. But what now? Well, the first thing you want to do is go ahead and tab your books, place your tabs. Now, as you place your tabs in the book, just take a second and notice, where are you putting those tabs? Why are you putting them there? They're numbered and, everything for you. So just take a moment and stop. It's helping you learn the book. Now, once you go through the process of tabbing your books, and I know it's not exciting, but it's necessary. Once you do that, then you can start highlighting your books by the highlight sheets. Now, the highlight sheets is, quickly where you can go and mark up the books. You can use different color of highlighters, but that's it. So permanent tabs and highlighters. Now, make sure you do all the questions. We don't give you any extra questions. Every question we give you, we want you to work in the question bank. So go through them one by one. And if you miss one, don't sweat it. Just, make sure you're able to find it so the day of the test you can find it again. Attend the class or the webinars. Now, I understand a lot of people don't, come to us and attend our class anymore. But I do have all the classes and seminars that we taught saved in a video file so you can watch those at any time. You can watch it, you can fast forward, jump back, and if you have any questions, jot them down and email them to me, or give me a call when I'm in the office. Once you've done all that, now I'm already saying you've tabbed your books, you highlighted your books, you did all the questions, you come to the class, you understood it. Now, you may have to come once or twice, or, attend a class and then watch the video again. Then you're ready to take our simulated practice exam that's set up the similar way the test is set up. You have 5 hours, 300 minutes to take 85 questions, for most of you, 65 for pool service, but, okay, the number of questions there. And then once you've done that, simply go take your test. So it's not rocket science. It's a matter of organization and staying focused. You only have to do this a short period of time, and then you're done. You'll never have to do it again. So once you take your test and you pass with passing scores, it's done for you. Now it's simply a matter of the processing the paperwork and getting back to work. So who's on first? Some of you know who this is, but others, I'm going to let them figure it out on their own. Do not write in your books. No handwritten notes. Now, if you do, make sure you keep them small and in pencil. Don't overdo it. A little note here and there in the margin they're probably not going to pick up on, but the rule is they don't want any handwritten notes in the book. So try not to do that as you're going through this. And I do understand they're your books. You should have the right to write in them, but Florida has decided that they do not want any written notes in the book. You can highlight, and you can use different color of highlighters. You can go through and underline in ink and use different color of ink. They don't care. So to highlight and underline in ink. The tabs that you put in your book need to be permanent. And it will say on it, permanent. So make sure you get those. The adhesive is so strong that it permanently bonds to the page. Okay. And as you find the answers when you're doing the questions, if they're not already highlighted, of course, then make sure you stop and highlight the answers as well. Now, hopefully a lot of them's already going to be highlighted because you did your highlight sheets. But remember, when you find your answers, you want to cover up the solution. You want to try to find them on your own. You've already tabbed them. You've already highlighted a lot of them. Now you should be able to start finding them without looking at the solution. Now that's what's going to cause you to pass or fail the test, is how well you can reference the book. Is there an index? Use the index. Is there a tabbing system that you took the time to install the tabs? Use the tabs. If you don't have, your table of content or your index or your highlights in your tabbing system, then start using your table of contents to narrow the search. You just don't want to blindly walk through the book. And of course, everyone needs to do the math course first. It won't take you long, but it does go through and explain, how to convert feet to inches and inches to feet, your different areas and shapes, and, a lot of good information in there. And when you start doing your simulated practice exam or your webinar or seminar, we already assume that you already understand the basic mathematics. So go ahead and review the course. And again, if you have any questions, give me a call and I'll help you out. But try to do the math course first. And the math, by the way, is probably the smallest percentage on your test. If let's just say 80-20. 80% is lookups, finding the facts in the book, and 20% is going to be dependent upon you knowing the mathematical calculation, or you be able to go to the book and find the math in order to calculate the problem. Okay, but they are the smallest portion of the exam. It is a 5-hour exam for you, 300 minutes, 5 hours, no breaks. So as you walk in the room, you're going to sit in front of the computer at the computer station. They're going to start the test, and 5 hours later, it's finished. If you go to the restroom or get a drink or need to go to your locker that's in the lobby, then the time continuously runs. You're losing time. So try not to take too many, coffee or restroom breaks, and try not to drink too much coffee first thing in the morning as well. So 300 minutes, which is 5 hours, 5 times 60 is 300. Divide that by the number of questions you have on your exam. And again, 85 for the commercial and residential pool builders. If you're a pool service, just take 65 or 300 divided by 65, and that'll give you the amount of time per question. But most of us have about 3.53 minutes per question. And that's assuming I don't go to the restroom, I don't get a drink of water, that I'm sitting there testing. And remember, all questions are of equal value, so there's no weighted question. So a planned question to do some type of material takeoff is worth the same amount of points as any other question as a lookup. Okay, so you have to pass the test with a 70% or better. You pick the 70% of the questions that are easy to you. You don't have to score 100, but you do have to score 70. So pick the easiest 70%. Pass the test, and then worry about the other 30%. Now, as you go through the test, it will allow you to skip questions where it just puts them at the end, or you can mark questions where you can go back to them at any time. And the screen will explain that to you when you start your exam. It's fairly simple. You need a calculator. Now, the only advice I can really give you on a calculator is when you go to purchase a calculator, look at your hand. If you have big fat fingers, maybe get a calculator with big keys on it. Or if you have bad eyes or a hard time seeing those little numbers, then find you a calculator with a 2-inch tilt up screen. Don't defeat yourself now over a calculator. You already spent all the money, so another $10 is okay. Well, that's assuming you still have it. Now, the calculator that I put up on the screen is called a Construction Master. I'm going to try to put in a little video tutorial on how to use the Construction Master type calculator in case you want to purchase it. It'll do a lot. It'll do circles, rise, run, diagonal, which is your A squared, B squared, C squared. You can plug in 7 feet, 8 inch and a half, and multiply that by 13 feet, 6 inch and 7/8 of an inch equals, and it'll give you the answer. You can convert that to inches, feet, metric, yards, millimeters, whatever, centimeters, whatever you want. So the calculator does a lot of shortcuts, but it's not that expensive, but you're going to have to pay for it, and you're also going to have to learn it. Now, I put the desktop model on the screen for you just so you can see it better. There is a smaller one that's a handheld, more portable, and it's got a durable case where you can carry it around in the field and so on. So if you're going to buy one, just look at your hand and look at the calculator and make sure they fit. Now, when you're ready, schedule the exam. You go to professional testing, okay, and they're going to walk you through step by step. Now, a word of advice, when you get there and you go to pay for them, if you have to take a business and finance test as well, pay for all of them at once. In other words, professional testing is going to charge you $135. Pearson VUE, the testing center, is going to charge you $80 for your business and finance and another $80 for your technical. So if you add those up, that's the price of the test, $135 plus 80 plus 80. If you pay for the exam separately, then you're going to have to pay professional testing $135 and $80 for your business test. And then when you go to take your technical, it's going to be another $135 and another $80. So save yourself $135 and go ahead and pay for them all at once. And then after you pass the test, then the tough part comes. All the processing of paperwork, and it's aggravation, credit, reports, credit scores, what type of experience do I need? How do I word the experience? Where do I get this? If my credit score is below 660, I need a bond. It's aggravating to say the least. So a lot of people contact the business service. It's, part of us. You can call the number there, ask for one of the ladies, and they'll help you out. They can give you a price in advance so that you know exactly what it's going to cost. They have to charge you the fees for the state and the processing plus whatever they charge you for doing it for you. So it's up to you whether you want them to do it or you do it yourself, but be prepared. If you miss a T or forgot to dot an I, they're going to send it back and have you do it again. So anyway, I just wanted to give you a heads up so when you start, at this point you can go forward, and some of the basic questions have already been asked. Maybe you haven't had a chance to talk to one of us or come to a class, and that's okay. I put my email number up there, my email address up there. Put my phone number up there for you and our physical address over in Hudson, the great metropolis. So again, my name's Richard Elsey. If you have any questions about the course at this point, give me a call and I'll try to help you out. If not, enjoy the course.